Welcome to Ask and Learn.
So in this video, we're going to talk about question 10 from chapter 2, which asks us, why are the tin 4 halides more volatile than the tin 2 halides? So let's talk for a second about what happens when the halides combine with other atoms. So as we expect, when a halide combines with a nonmetal, we form a covalent bond. Specifically, we form a polar covalent bond, and it's very polar because of the high electronegativity of our halogens. So that bond, the electrons aren't shared evenly between them. They're much more attracted to the halogens. Yeah, when our halides combine with our nonmetals, we form a polar covalent bond. But something different happens when our halides combine with our metals. So when our halide combines with a metal that has a low oxidation state, like in tin-2, then we form an ionic bond. But if our halide combines with a metal with a high oxidation state, like in tin-4, you form a polar covalent compound, a molecule, that usually is a liquid at these temperatures. So for example, tin-4 chloride is a liquid at room temperature. Um, how does this affect volatility? So volatility, if something's more volatile than something else, it means it boils in a much lower temperature. It's much more readily evaporating than something else. So why would tin-4 be more volatile than tin-2? Why would tin-4 have a lower boiling point than tin-2? Well, tin-4 is a polar covalent compound, while tin-2 halides would be an ionic compound. And our ionic compounds, these exist as a lattice, an ionic lattice. So rather than just having SnCl2, for example, you have a whole lattice of Sn and Cl atoms. Versus when you have molecules, you have individual molecules in a solution that are attracted to each other by intermolecular forces. So that's what dictates the boiling point in a covalent compound would be the intermolecular forces between individual molecules. So that's much weaker than in your ionic lattice, where you would have to break up the entire lattice of charges. So the fact that we have an ionic compound versus a covalent compound versus a molecule is why tin-4 halides are much more volatile than tin-2 halides.